Hey kids, I know it's been a while, cause I'm not really a YouTuber, but when I do things to my Mustang GT500, I like to show you guys. So anyway, if any of you actually follow my channel, I think I have a few subscribers. I had an H pipe put on the car, and basically it was fabricated, and I didn't like the bends, the way they bent it. It was like, they did good on the H-pipe part, but when they went to do the bends, it kind of narrowed because these muffler shops, they can't do, most of them can't do what's called mandrel bends. So let me educate you guys if you don't know. A mandrel bend is basically, they got a special piece of equipment where they can bend a pipe, and it bends the pipe without having any kinks. It's like a perfect bend. So if you got a 3-inch pipe, it's 3 inches even at the bend usually. So most of the exhaust shops, they take a blowtorch, they heat it up and they bend it, and you're bound to get some kind of narrowing when they do that. So at an exhaust shop, the less bends, the better usually. At least that's my experience. Unless unless the shops here in Cali, aren't as good as other places. But I took it to a place called Muffler Tech, and they did an amazing job on the X pipe, because I got them to take off the H pipe and do the X pipe. And their X pipe, it's a lot lighter. They even offered to put my original X pipe on because I saved it, but they kind of recommended, no, don't put that on. And here's the original X pipe. I mean, Ford did a great job, but it weighs a ton. And of course, I'm pretty sure it's probably stainless steel and quality piece, and it sounds nice. So I'm going to show you that. And we're also going to talk about something that I recently learned about. They're called bump stops. It's these things, hold on. These things here, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, what these are about, and also a part number, because I had a heck of a time. I went to rockauto.com. Eventually, I had to go to Ford's parts website and look at an exploding diagram of the rear suspension just to get the part number on these. And they're not too cheap for being like, it looks like 2 pieces of rubber. They're like 30-something bucks a piece or something. But I'll show you why I needed them. And if you have an older S197, like a first generation like I have, they're from 2005 till 2009. You might, underneath your Mustang, you probably got a bunch of rust and things like that. Well, I just noticed my for slang, there's a better term. What are these called? Let's see. I don't even know what they're really called, but hold on. Sorry, kids. Yeah, and I'll let you know once I open up the package. But the old timers call them bump stops, and they were like disintegrating. And I was like, "What are these things?" But apparently, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But apparently, if your car has to rely on bump stops and your suspension is pretty far gone, you should never. Usually they say it's to prevent everything from bottoming out. So but I just don't like, when I jack my car up, I'm looking at these disintegrating things, and I'm like, what are these things? But so I'm gonna show you the X pipe that these guys did, and they were super cool dudes. And I'm not advertising, but they're Muffler Tech in Sacramento. They even thanked me for my service because I had like a Iraqi Freedom Veteran badge in the back of my car. Yeah, in case it gives away my age, I was Iraqi Freedom, Enduring Freedom. Shout out to my vets out there. But yeah, they thanked me for my service, and they gave me a discount and everything. I was like, man, these guys are legit. And they had some X pipes lying around, and things like that. So I'm gonna put on my safety glasses. All right, full nerd mode. So I'm gonna pause it and get underneath the car. You can see I got my favorite Quick Jacks. Shout out to Quick Jacks. I actually cleaned the wheels for once. I haven't cleaned the wheels since I had it. So anyway, so we're gonna get up on underneath there, and then I'll continue filming. I gotta get my little roller for my back and stuff. All right, we're gonna crawl underneath this thing with my little back crawler. Check out this X pipe. Oh God. Oh. Yep. Getting old. Huh. Alternator's way down here. Okay. So anyway, let's go. See, it gets a little, you know, for those of you guys with older, mine's a 2007 GT500. But there's a nice, pretty aluminum one-piece drive shaft. I highly recommend those. So here's the X pipe that these guys did, and it looks good. I mean, it's of course it's aluminized steel. You're not gonna get 302 stainless, nice and shiny from a muffler shop usually, but you know, and maybe they overcharged it. It was 150 bucks for the pipe and 150 for labor, but they got really nice welds that they did. Hold on here. They did a good job on the welds and everything, and so here's a part that I was talking about here. So, you know, catalytic converter, there's the engine and all that stuff, comes down, and then this is where they start having to bend things, and you can see this bends. It's still narrows, but not as bad as the H-pipe one. The H-pipe one was like a kink. It was like a kink, you know. So I think they did the best they could, and so there you have it on that. And then, you know, it comes down here, and it's not a beta. It's not a beta X pipe. So, you know, of course, X pipe because it's shaped like an X. And honestly, it's not as loud as the H pipe, which I don't mind because it still sounds really good and crackles and pops because I got the Corsair Extremes. But I don't know, it could be mental, but it feels a lot smoother, or maybe just knowing that I don't have that kink in my exhaust anymore. And they even found, let me get back to the mufflers. They said they even found like some leaks back here. Maybe the other shop did in the welds, and they fixed them. So, but I'm gonna show you what these bump stops are. Alright. So here's one right here. You see this thing? It looks all, feels like it's falling apart. And you can see it looks like it's just a big piece of, I was like, what is that thing? And it looks like it's gonna catch, is this it? There's the bump stop. Looks like it's gonna catch like up here. But if something happened, maybe. And let me see, I think I got one that's closer. Where the hell am I? I'm disoriented. Oh, there it is. All right, you see this one? There's a good example. See how that thing's all rusted? And, well, not rusted. It's like a piece of rubber or something that's just kind of, it was just bothering me. There's these bolts. Oh, damn, they're a hex. I was wondering what kind of, there's some kind of hex fit. Why did they do that to me? So I gotta hope I have the proper Allen wrench. Anyway, I'll show you what they're supposed to look like. They're supposed to look like this thing. You see, side by side. So there you go. And you know, it just bothered me seeing that. And it looks like, I mean, it looks like maybe it was touching up there. You see that little thing up there? So, you know, maybe it will make a difference. You know, but yeah, I heard that you shouldn't have to use them, but maybe I'll notice something. Let me know in the comments, because I'm not familiar with suspension stuff. As you guys probably know, my most advanced stuff I know is like springs. These are Ford Performance springs, and then of course control arms. But all this other stuff on the GT500, it comes with a pretty amazing suspension already. It's got like this pan hard bar stuff. The only drawback is it comes with this. It looks like it's an adjustable pan hard bar. It's hard to get this this cover on and off for my rear diff because this thing's in the way. But the GT500, it's pretty stout back here. Just in case you guys are wondering what the suspension's like back here on the GT500, it's got a the GT500 has these special shocks, Tokia D-spec shocks and things like that. So anyway, I'm gonna work on these bump stops, and of course they got a stupid hexagon, probably tight fitting. It feels like. I hope I can get the old ones off. And then there's another mod I may or may not do. It's an appearance mod, because you know you don't want to mess with the originality of these. That's a leaf. Okay, damn it. There's also a you guys probably didn't know, but there's like a gasoline charcoal filter thing back here that you can't buy anymore. Long story short, I'm gonna pull up. Let me get out of here. Hold on. Help! I'm stuck. Help, mama, mama. All right. Oh shit! I'm too close to the garage. Damn, bro. What the hell's going on around here? Yeah, I shut my garage door, so I don't. You know, I'm a very kind of private guy. Let's turn this off. Damn it. Okay. Poof. Anyway, bad hair day. So there's bump stops for you. So I'm going to put the part number in the comments for you guys so that you don't have to do all the research on that. I was going to go off on a tangent about if you guys have an S197 and you're pumping gas and it shuts off, it has to do with that charcoal filter that you can't buy anymore. So the workaround is you hold the gas pump upside down. And anyway, long story short, that's bump stops and that's the X-pipe, and I'm very happy with the X-pipe. If you're in Cali, I know they suck with all the smog shit, but if you're in Cali like me and you're kind of stuck and you want a nice X-pipe or exhaust work, Muffler Tech Sacramento, those guys, they hook you up. They're very friendly and fair, and they have a pretty decent waiting room. I was able to do work while I was there. But anyway, let's take a look at this. I don't know what it is about these 07 through 09s that they got the retro down. They got the retro down, and the interior. I'm glad I put the gauge pod in there. These gauge pods, I mean, they fill in that cap. If you look at the newer S197s and the S550s, the gauge pods, they just kind of sit in the middle. This one fills up that whole eyebrow. It's kind of cool, but yeah, I know it's my car, so I'm biased. Oh, and here's the slingshot. She's still going good. Sometimes the coolant level gets low in this, and I have to keep filling it. So, but anyway, I just wanted to go over the bump stops, what they are. I put the part number in the description and give you guys an update on the X-pipe, and I'll probably do a driving video with the X-pipe. Oh, and also because the X-pipe's not super loud. I'm not saying the H-pipe was unbearable. It's good at highway speeds, but you know, if you have a supercharged car and you like to hear the whine, you know, I would probably go with an X-pipe. And the thing about these older, these GT500 engines, they're a big 5.4 liter V8, and they're, you know, they're 4 cams and 32 valve, but they're not like the Coyote engines. If you throw an X-pipe on them, they sound a little bit exotic and not as muscly, and you know, the more exotic engine, I guess. These GT500s, this S197 ones, if you put an X-pipe on, you're still going to get a throaty tone to it. You put an H-pipe on, it's going to be very throaty. So, and I have the Corsa Extremes and stuff. So, you know, I noticed that because I did have a Coyote. I traded in a 2015 S550 Mustang GT Coyote. Like I said, when I first got this car, I already explained it. It had all the heated cold seats and all that stuff, and I miss all that stuff. But it, you know, the engine, I mean, when you wind that thing out, it just sounded like, you know, almost like an exotic engine. Not like a GT350, but it sounded really good for. You would think it's like this. It doesn't sound like a muscle car. It's borderline sports car. Where I think these here with the solid rear axles, I think they're the last of the true muscle cars. These S197 Mustangs. I prefer the solid axle because it's kind of exciting, you know. It's like I can kill myself in this thing. Where now I shouldn't talk like that. I think for me personally, it hooks better, and this actually corners really well. Maybe it's because it's got the GT500 suspension stuff, but it corners a lot flatter than my S550 did. The IRS, I got the you know, hopping off the line and things like that, and I know you can remedy that. The solid axle seems to squat and hook better, but the IRS, of course, if I hit a bump taking a tight corner, I'm gonna feel a lot safer, right? So, but now there was an appearance mod that I may or may not do. So I'm gonna see how it looks first. I'm always afraid because it's an appearance mod that I never see, that no one else has, that I've never seen on a Mustang before, and I'm afraid if I show it, everyone's gonna copy. But I'll show it. I'll do another video. Like if I get the appearance mod on, maybe I'll attach it to the end of this video and say, hey, here's that appearance mod I was talking about. Let me know what you think. Or if you think it's kind of silly, or if it's too much, because you know, sometimes you see these people. When I go to Cars and Coffee, I see people with these Mustangs, and I feel like they just totally ruined them, you know. It's like, hey, you put like 40-inch wheels and they got spinners on that thing, right? But especially with GT500s as rare as these S197s, the last manual GT500s right now, and they probably are gonna be the last, well, they're, you know, SVT, you know. But anyway, you don't want to do too much to these. I mean, that's why I'm even keeping the original wheels on. Plus, I'm too poor to buy wheels. All right, guys. I'm gonna put the bump stops on and show you what they look like afterwards. But yeah, let me know in the comments. It looks like they do touch when I was looking at that indentation spot. So. So you need something like this to take those bolts off. There's plenty of room above them because, when you got the car jacked up, because you know, the suspension's hanging, so you can get a power tool in there like I did. Oh, famous last words, because the other side looks like I can't even see it, but anyway, it's kind of what you do. Take this bolt out. There it is. See? It's that. It's that kind of bolt pattern. So, okay, now you can see the difference between these two. I mean, it looks like, let's go on a dark surface. Dun, 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 dun. Well, blue surface is fine here. Alright, trash can. It looks like this one, you know, maybe it was hitting the top a little because it's shorter. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's missing this whole part here. Looks like it's only got this part left. So, and yeah, the bottom doesn't look too good either. So here's a new one. So yep, I'm going to put on the new bump stop. I'll let you guys know if there's like a driving difference. From what the forums say, no, but I mean, it looks like they might actually do something. I don't have expertise on suspension. Anyway, look, I get dirty just by doing that little crap. How about you guys? Let me know in the comments. Do you get filthy no matter what you do to your car? I can just be like looking at my car and, you know, I'm filthy. So, but nah, it's just anything underneath the car with these old cars, you're gonna get dirty. I even power washed it under there, and it's still, so. But anyway, that's the, yep, that's the bump stop stuff. So take a look at yours. They're in the rear suspension. So here's what you're gonna need, really. Really, you only need a little thing like this. you can just get in there and crank on it. This is overkill, but this is good to have when you want to just retighten them without having to crank on them. And also, you know, for these, it's not even a hex. I don't know, you guys know, but for these, you know, you're gonna have to have a special socket to put it in, and then just pop it on there, and then you just go up there and you just crank on it. So let's look at the after. Here's the after. Oops. Rough. There it goes. See? Much better looking. And look, it does look like it hits up there. Now you can, this side, this side it's a little harder to get to the bolts, but I used that real small one, and that was the best solution. But you see up there, it looks like it does hit. So, you know, maybe it must make some kind of difference, having one that's not falling apart, like this one's not falling apart. Alright, kids, get out of here. Hold on. Oh, hold on, here I come. Watch. Yeah, I'm no spring chicken, alright? Anyway, I did look under front, and those things aren't in the front, but the front does have bushings and stuff and things like that. And it's a good idea if you see any grease fittings to take care of those. So that's the bump stops. And I'll have more content here in a little bit. Alright. Alright, so I talked earlier in the video about doing an appearance mod. And this is where I was saying, especially with the Shelbys, you know, too much isn't always good. Well, anyway, hold on. I got these. It's only $10 on eBay. You notice the significance of this? No, it was Carroll Shelby's racing number, and he had it on the side of his car. Of course, he drove a Cobra, like you know, the real Cobras. But I just thought, I think it might stick out a little too much, because this is more like more like a grayish thing, and this is just like a bright white on the car, and like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, the car's already good. So, but yeah, so that was it. I mean, so in case you're wondering, number 98 was Carroll Shelby's racing number. You can get these on eBay for like, I think I spent like $12 a piece, so it wasn't like a big thing. But all right, I think I'm gonna edit this video and take out all my stupid mannerisms. See, I just did one. All right, peace. Thanks for watching.